Hey, all you VIP kid teachers out there. Just a quick update today. I actually had two people email me and say, hey, are you doing an update today? So hopefully that's a good thing and not just because they are desperate for entertainment. But anyway, today went really well. This is crazy day for me. I opened everything up, just playing around with some of my scheduling. I hadn't previously opened up weekends, and then this cycle of 2 weeks, I decided to do that. And so this morning, I taught 8 classes back to back, and then tonight I teach from 8 p.m. until 2:30 a.m. Saturday morning. Yeah, that was nuts on my part, but hey, I let it happen. I just got a little click happy and wanted to see what was going to happen, and there it is. I know a lot of you teachers do it, and so I thought I would give it a shot and see what happens. And I'm hoping that this time change thing that comes will help all of us to get and feel a little bit more rested because I had to take a nap this afternoon to get prepared for tonight. And I'm about ready to, put on a cup of coffee and get myself going. I may have to just set up an IV here of coffee and run it through the night, but we'll see how that goes. I'll definitely update you. I thought I would just mention a couple things real quick. One thing is I keep getting a lot of comments and questions and messages with getting information, getting help with lesson plans, getting help with answers to certain slides. And so I'd like to just throw it out there and say if you are in your Practicum 1 or Practicum 2 stage and you're looking for some help, I'm willing to do that for you. So please email me I will put my email address here at the bottom of the video in the section that tells about the video. And feel free to email me, and I'd love to correspond with you. I've been doing it with numbers of people, and it's just been very enjoyable to now, actually have people in the morning texting, hey, what's your day like today? What kind of teaching schedule do you have? And so it's been really fun for me to get that. And so please feel free to email me, and I will be happy to help you out as best I can. Or I have been Skyping with people to help them talk them through the slides. So if that's something that would be helpful to you, let me know. I'd be willing to do that for you. We're here to kind of help each other. I don't work for VIP other than being a teacher myself. I'm not certified in any way to be an evaluator or any of that kind of thing. I'm nothing special, okay? But I've been through the process. I'm not a teacher by trade, but I have taught children in China. I've lived in China, so I think that helps me a little bit understanding them and their culture. So please feel free to email me, and I would be happy to correspond with you and help in whatever way I can if you're in the application process. The second thing I wanted to do is just toss out a little funny thing that happened today. Two things. First, in China, in the Chinese culture, everything is kind of it's family centered, family oriented in that it's not just mom and dad, but it's always grandma and grandpa are involved. Extended family, uncles and aunts are involved. And even if you're not a true blood aunt or uncle, usually you're still called, auntie or uncle so and so. So in China, it would be funny to me because the children would always call me, Auntie, Carol. And I always think that's so funny to me because I'm not your aunt, but I get it. It's because you're becoming part of the family now. So this morning, it was no surprise to me that I had a student, a very young student, in front of me. And then I had mom, and I had dad, and I had grandma, and I had which is auntie. So I had a screen full of faces as I watched this class, as I taught this class. And it was so distracting because I was seeing all the faces, and I really knew I needed to zero in on the child. And so that is not uncommon. And a lot of messages that I've received have been like, the mom just sits right there, or the dad just sits right there. Well, that is just very much par for the course of a parent really wanting their child to excel. And so in Chinese culture, it is not unusual for the mom to sit at the table with the child to do all of their homework. That is very, very common. And I know that happens in American culture too, but it just didn't happen to be a practice of mine. I was pretty much like, get in your room and get your homework done kind of thing. And my kids were fairly independent in that way. Chinese children and their parents really work hard for their education. Their lower level education is a lot more difficult than their higher level education. So that is one big issue too. So they're starting off at a very young age, being much more intense with their education and their education system. So that being said, I had a fun time with a screen full. We just have this little box, and it was just full of all these faces looking in at me and talking about, and I could hear them all talking about the foreigner, and this is what the foreigner looks like, and this is what the foreigner. And so it was funny to me to interact with them. The second thing was I had a malfunction with one of my reward systems today. And I was doing the Mr. Potato Head, just because if I have a boy that's a little bit older, I enjoy doing this with them because I love, especially if they can start to talk to me about like, oh, I want a nose. Now I want a nose. Now I want, I'll let them pick. And I had a malfunction because I couldn't find the second ear. And so he has two ears, and one of them was definitely, missing. And so I was struggling with that a little bit because I couldn't find that second ear on my desk. And I was kind of trying to search around without taking myself off screen. So I ended up saying, oh, I can't find his other ear. Next time you come back to class, we'll have his other ear. So I found it, and I'm all ready for my classes tonight. And then the very last thing was just a funny one. I was singing the song London Bridges Falling Down. And if you're a VIP teacher, you know this song running in your head. London Bridges Falling Down. And when I do Falling Down, if I have a younger one, not an older one, because they would just be like, okay, lady, get this over with. But with a younger one, I usually will do the falling down, and I will leave the screen or fall down behind this, from the camera. Well, I did this morning, and I was really tired. It was like 4:30 this morning, I think. I did this morning, and when I went down, I hit my head on the desk, smack, and my headphones went, all disheveled, and so I come back up on the screen, and I'm like trying to fix my headphones and get them back on, and the kid is just dying laughing, and so I don't know if that contributed to the sign up or not, but I did notice that I had 3 signups today. So maybe that helped. Maybe you're going to have to hurt yourself to get a sign up. But anyway, it was fun to see them laughing so hard at it. But I'll tell you, I got off there and it was just like, whoa, that hurt big time. It's still sore. But anyway, so hey, there you go. That's something for you to do with London Bridges. Just make sure you do it a little farther away from your desk. That's my update for today. My email's down here at the bottom. Email me. I'm happy to help you with your Practicum 1 and 2. I'm happy to just give you what I know. That's all I can do. I can tell you what I know, what I experienced, and I can give you my lesson plans, my notes that I made personally for myself through the process before and after my evaluations to help myself. And so if that'll help you, let me know. Email me and we'll talk. I'm happy to email or Skype. I'll talk to y'all soon.